Something strange happens when you spend enough time around high performers. You expect to discover some magical routine, but the closer you look, the less extraordinary everything seems. You expect to find the perfect morning routine, a secret notebook, some incredible productivity system that explains everything. Instead, you find almost nothing. No dramatic rituals, no superhero schedule, no obvious advantage. It's almost disappointing. And yet somehow, these people keep producing results that seem impossible. Projects get finished, opportunities appear, success keeps compounding. Which raises a question. If they aren't working harder than everyone else, what exactly are they doing differently? Because whatever it is, most people never even notice it. Most people believe success belongs to the hardest worker, the first one in the office, the last one to leave, the person who sacrifices weekends, sleep, and even their peace of mind. It sounds logical, but reality tells a very different story. Some people work 16 hours every day, yet never seem to move forward. Meanwhile, someone else works fewer hours, stays remarkably calm, and somehow keeps getting promoted, building businesses, or creating extraordinary results. Something doesn't add up. Maybe the biggest difference isn't working harder. Maybe it's something so ordinary that almost nobody notices it. And that's exactly what makes it powerful. Imagine two people climbing the same mountain. One sprints until they are exhausted, then stops. The other climbs slowly, never looking impressive, but never stopping either. Hours later, the steady climber quietly passes everyone else. No celebration, no dramatic music, just relentless consistency. That's the first invisible habit almost everyone ignores. But here's the strange part. If consistency is so powerful, why doesn't everyone do it? It's not because people don't know better. Most people already know what they should do. Yet every day they choose something else. People buy productivity books. They download another planning app. They promise themselves, tomorrow will be different. But somehow, tomorrow keeps looking exactly like today. So maybe the problem isn't motivation at all. Maybe we've been blaming the wrong thing from the very beginning. And that's where the story takes an unexpected turn. High performers don't rely on willpower every single day. Instead, they quietly build systems that make the right decision feel almost automatic. That's a completely different game. Think of it like an airport. Thousands of planes don't avoid crashing because pilots make perfect decisions every second. They succeed because invisible systems guide almost everything. High performers build those same invisible systems into their own lives. Here's the first hidden habit. High performers don't wake up every morning asking, do I feel like doing this today? That question almost never exists. Long before the day begins, the decision has already been made. Most people negotiate with themselves hundreds of times every day. Should I work? Should I exercise? Should I scroll for 5 minutes? Those tiny decisions seem harmless, but together they quietly drain your energy. Imagine paying a tiny tax every time you make a decision. One choice barely matters. 100 choices? Suddenly you are mentally exhausted before the real work even begins. By evening, most people aren't physically tired. They are decision tired. Their mind has spent the entire day choosing instead of creating. That's a completely different kind of exhaustion. High performers play a different game. Instead of making better decisions, they make fewer decisions. Their calendar decides, their environment decides, their systems decide. And that's where everything begins to change. Here's where the story takes another turn. High performers don't obsess over motivation. They obsess over friction. Every small obstacle between you and a good habit is like adding another lock to a door. Eventually, you stop opening it. Imagine trying to drink more water, but the bottle is always in another room. Or trying to read more while your phone sits glowing beside you. It's not a motivation problem, it's an environment problem. Water doesn't fight gravity, it simply follows the easiest path downhill. Human behavior often works the same way. We naturally move toward what's easiest, whether it helps us or not. High performers understand this better than most people. They don't constantly force themselves to make the right choice. They quietly redesign their surroundings until the right choice becomes the easiest one. And that's why the most powerful habits often look invisible. To everyone else, success appears effortless. But behind every effortless result is a carefully designed system that almost nobody gets to see. But even all of this hides a deeper secret. High performers don't protect their time first. They protect something even more valuable: their attention. Because time can be scheduled. Attention can disappear in seconds. Think of your attention like sunlight passing through a magnifying glass. Scattered across everything, it barely warms the ground. Focused into one point, it can start a fire. That's the difference between being busy and making progress. Every notification steals a few seconds. Every unnecessary meeting steals a few minutes. Every random interruption quietly steals your momentum. Alone, they seem harmless. Together, they rewrite your entire day. That's why high performers sometimes seem unavailable. They aren't trying to be difficult. They are protecting the one resource they can never buy back. Once attention is scattered, rebuilding it takes far longer than people realize. Here's the irony. The modern world rewards people for being constantly available, while quietly rewarding the biggest results to those who know when to disappear. That's a game almost nobody realizes they're playing. Now step back and look at the bigger picture. Society celebrates visible effort. Late nights, packed calendars, endless hustle. Those things are easy to notice. But the habits that create extraordinary results are almost always invisible. Nobody applauds the meeting you decided not to attend. Nobody congratulates you for ignoring another notification. The choices that change your future rarely look impressive in the moment. Their power comes from repetition. Months become years. Tiny decisions become powerful habits. Those habits become a reputation. And one day, people look at your success and call it talent or luck, never realizing they missed the thousands of invisible choices that built it. The biggest advantage in life isn't intelligence. It isn't motivation. It isn't even hard work. It's quietly building systems that keep moving you forward even on the days when you don't feel like moving at all. Maybe that's why the most powerful habits never become trends. They are too quiet, too ordinary, too easy to ignore. While everyone searches for the next big secret, high performers keep repeating small actions that nobody notices. And perhaps that's the greatest secret of all. The life you have tomorrow is being quietly built by the invisible choices you make today. If this story changed the way you think, subscribe for more videos that uncover the hidden systems behind success, money, and human behavior. Because sometimes the biggest truths are the ones nobody notices.